Hey traders, Marcello here, founder of the Day Trading Academy. Today we're going to be answering all of your questions on this next episode of Ask Marcello. Next question we have here is from Benjamin. Hi Marcello, you have mentioned that you have shifted to more position trading because of time, commitments, etc. Do you trade using the exact same methodology, entry methods, indicators as with your day trading, or have you modified it slightly? In other words, is there a strategy applicable to position trading? So Ben, one of the things that's most important to me is teaching people how to actually understand how the market works. So when I first started trading, I don't know how many different things I've bought, books and software and on all kinds of stuff. I still remember I bought, it was an automatic Fibonacci support and resistance software thing where you take a trade and you should hold to the area, of the Fibonacci. And I found out afterwards that I could actually do this on my own for free. It's literally just a confluence of fib areas that they've automated. And it didn't feel very nice spending $7,000, $8,000 for something that supposedly is proprietary, right? That actually isn't proprietary. And that's one of the fallacies of this industry, so to speak, where everybody wants you to think that they have something special, but at the end of the day, all of the indicators were created, 30 years ago? There hasn't really been any new quote-unquote indicators, other than, small modifications, for example, like the ones we make to make sure that the indicators react a certain way, depending on volatility and things like that. But the concept for me and the most important thing for me is to really make sure that people understand how the market works, because my goal isn't necessarily to sell courses, right? And I think you guys saw a video, if not, I might put it at the end of this video, a little bit of my history where I spent a lot of money day trading. I've been in the industry for 15 years, whether it's learning how to trade or teaching how to trade or actually trading. And so it's important for me to be able to find people that not only can kind of help our community grow, but that actually can help us continue to get better. So that's ultimately my goal. And for me, it's obviously better, that old adage, right? You teach a man how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime, whereas if you just give him a fish, you just feed him for a night. So my goal really is to be able to make sure that everybody, it's a community, right? So people can either give or they can take. Most of the students obviously right now are taking, right? Whereas most of the master traders are giving. And I believe that once you really learn how to understand how the market works, and this is a really long response to your question, so I apologize. Once you learn how to do that, you can trade any market around the world. So going back to your question and actually answering your question specifically, the way that I trade more position trading, I would say, is more of a combination of fundamental and technical analysis. You don't need to use fundamental analysis. You can use only technical. But I still look at tick charts, right? So silver, for example, I have even the stocks or the miners that I invested in silver, by the way, today. Got good profits on that so far on the miners. But I look at tick charts just like I look at every other chart. So at the end of the day, we may not use the same indicators, because once you understand the ebbs and flows of the market, once you understand the structure, how to read it properly, you literally can trade any market in the world. It really doesn't matter what indicators you use or how you're trading, what markets you're trading, what continent you're on. And that's something that I really try to make sure that everybody understands, because there is not one right way to trade. And once you understand how the market works, right, it's kind of this thing that I always explain in some of these more recent videos. This is the foundation of being able to understand price action and understand the market. And then all up here are the different strategies and indicators and systems and gurus that trade different things. So I've seen a fair amount of success in DTA, the master traders that we've been able to train. I am very humble to say that the majority of the things that we do have been done by other master traders. I think I was the first snowflake, so to speak, in the avalanche. Now they give a lot more than I provide. And that's the way that I wanted to set it up from the beginning, because I think that at the end of the day, we have to work as a team, right? It's not easy to make money in the markets, even though I know that most of you guys are going to watch this video, think you're going to buy a course and tomorrow you're going to be a millionaire. And unfortunately, it's not the way it works. So we have to keep changing, adapting, and getting better. And that's really what I love about our team, about all the guys that help us kind of do what we do. So I hope I answered your question there, Ben. I think I did. So I don't really modify the strategy. It's even though we teach you a specific strategy, once the end goal is to have you understand how the market works, and then once you understand how the market works, you can trade whatever you want. So that's kind of how I run things. Sarev Sharma. Hey Marcello, great work. Please tell me which is better to trade, the E-mini S&P 500 or Dow futures based on volatility, volume, and movement. I think the response to this question is a matter of personal preference. So I believe, in my humble opinion, that the best market for traders to trade on is the S&P 500. I always describe the markets as personalities of people. And if I were to describe the S&P 500, it'd be like a 30-year-old, right? It kind of got all that partying out of its system. It can still go out to party every once in a while, right? Get crazy, have a few drinks. But for the most part, it moves very smooth, and it is the single most traded market by professional traders in the world. So Forex is the biggest, but in futures, the S&P 500 is actually the single most traded market in the world by professional traders. So if you're a beginner, I'm going to call you Sharma. If you're a beginner, then I recommend you trade S&P 500 because I think it's easier to actually learn how to trade on that market. But if you are a more experienced trader, I think it's a matter of actually looking at the market, seeing what you feel better with or what you feel more comfortable with, because at the end of the day, you know, I know traders that trade all kinds of markets. I'm personally against 100% Forex, but I can tell you with all honesty that I know traders that make money on Forex. I can't say the same about binary options. That's an absolute fraud scam. But at the end of the day, just do what works for you, my man. I think trading is an extremely personal endeavor. That's one of the reasons why I like to work with people one-on-one to help them, thinking of the word in Spanish, desarrollar, to develop the strategies or the way that they're going to trade, because it's extremely personal. So that's really what I can tell you in regards to that, my man, okay? So I think we're going to go ahead and close it off here. We're what, 9 minutes, 10 minutes? Let us know if you guys have any other questions. Don't forget to mark them with Ask Marcello, and don't forget to subscribe.